Okay, so hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a episode where we're going to be sort of diving into a laptop I purchased recently. This machine you're currently looking at now, I actually do notice now that I've been doing quite a lot of Lenovo machines. Don't worry, I'm not paid by Lenovo or this is an endorsement or something, it's not. I've just been sort of looking around at different machines and different purposes I could use them for, and this sort of unified in a couple of options that I wanted to use it for. So anyway, why is this in front of you now? This is a Lenovo X140E. It was one of the education line computers they had back in sort of like 2011, 2012. This is sort of dated as, and this was mainly used for sort of like high school and educational type applications because it was a very rugged machine. As you can see, it's got this really thick piece of rubber around the screen bezel. It really is quite thick, and coupled with Lenovo's build quality / IBM, these machines are fairly bulletproof. So yeah, they serve their purpose. Why do I have one? Basically, what I've been doing over the past sort of like say probably the past year is I've been downloading flash games, sort of like make an archive because of flash players sort of like obsolescence coming into play quite soon in December 2020. That's going to kill a lot of the old flash games, and I want a backup of them because as you know, a lot of us sort of like PC gamers grew up on flash games, and these were sort of like the in between, the medium of sort of like full PC gaming and not. So they're very early memories for me, and that's why I want to preserve them. So other reason is this is quite a capable machine. It has a had two CPU options out of the factory. It had an AMD E1 2500, which is dual core. I didn't want dual core, but I ended up getting stuck with it because of a seller mistake. So the CPU I actually wanted in this machine is an A4 5000, which is a quad core CPU. So we don't have that CPU, we have the E2500. So yeah. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. I can just swap the motherboard out. It's not a big issue. It's just a little bit frustrating. So we're going to get into this, and the purpose of this video, we are going to be upgrading this machine with some new parts. It came stock with a 2 gig stick of DDR3, which didn't work because when I tried to get this machine to post, it would not post with that stick in it. It gave me BIOS errors. So I removed that one and I swapped in a fresh stick of 4 gig Samsung DIMM, and that seemed to alleviate the problem. Also, the keyboard doesn't work with this machine. As you can see, this thing has been through a sort of rough life. 2 of the keycaps are missing, and the rubber domes underneath them are missing as well. So this has had quite a intense life, and we're going to be replacing that in another video. Also, it has no battery and it's missing a hard drive caddy. I think that's the extent to the parts that are missing, but hard drive caddy doesn't really make a difference. We can just supplement it with a piece of cardboard or a piece of foam. Battery is an issue. I do have a Lenovo T430 which has the same charger as this, so yeah, not really an issue there. The screen works, surprisingly enough, and just thought I'd give you an overview of the ports of this machine. It has quite a few good options. So you've got a webcam up here, which is just a little one. You've got as I see, the keyboard. It has a track point on it, as all Lenovo machines did back in that time. I'm going to flip it over just so you can see the other pieces. Bottom, there's nothing really, just the access panel, and that's one hell of an access panel. This whole area here is the access panel. So yeah, on the side we've got 2 USB 3s. That's what they look like anyway. An Ethernet headphone VGA, which is nice. But the best feature of this laptop is it has a HDMI port. I haven't really seen laptops this small come with HDMI ports. I know you probably can't see that, but the HDMI port is here, and an SD card slot, and another USB. I don't know what this one's used for. I think it's probably used for maybe charging phones. I'm not too sure. I might look it up in the manuals. But that's basically it. It's a very uniquely made laptop, and finding something similar to this on the Intel spectrum is quite difficult. So yeah, it's different enough to warrant some time to upgrade it. So we're going to get into this. The laptop we're going to be using for parts of this machine is the Toshiba Satellite I had. This crapped out fairly recently because of the hinge defect that is well known on these machines. Basically, a defect revolves around the hinges being made out of really cheap materials. Literally, they're made out of really thin metal. Hinges would basically break to pieces as you use the laptop. So yeah, I try and fix it, but there's just no way. And plus, I bought a screen that was actually the wrong connector for it. So this thing's been scrapped. But we're going to jack the parts out of it. The parts we're going to be jacking out of it are literally just a hard drive. It has a 1 terabyte hard drive in it, and I think that'll be plenty enough for this machine. It's a bit overkill because I only use these machines for Linux, and what I basically use them for is basically what I use them for is downloading software, because Linux is quite secure in that respect. There's no real, I'm not gonna say there's no real viruses, but it's very hard to sort of like infect yourself. It's a bit like an Apple Mac. It's very difficult to actually infect yourself, which is what I use it for. And plus I use it for other things like sort of like making images for other computers, like the Windows 98 computer I have down in the corner over there. You can see over there. So we're just going to undo all the screws in this machine and sort of like get into it. The reason why I don't really want to repair this machine anymore is using a Intel, is it 4th or 5th gen? It's using a Core i5, but it's not a good i5, it's a dual core, which is fairly useless nowadays. And the fact that there's no real meaningful upgrades I can do to this machine just sort of makes it obsolete, in my opinion. So does it make the D630 I have down there. That's the laptop this ThinkPad is going to be replacing. So we're going to get into this and sort of like get it working again. I'm probably going to jump cut because it's getting a bit long and a bit boring. So I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, and we're back to the video. I've got the front panel, or the panel removed at the back of the satellite, and I've got the panel removed at the back of the X140E, and I thought I'd just show you around the actual interior of the X140E. It's a very nice layout. As you can see over here, you've got instant access to all your RAM. As I said, I have a 4 gig stick in here, some Samsung RAM. I have some 8 gig arriving soon for this machine, which should bring it up to spec. When I actually do the motherboard swap, I am going to be keeping that 8 gig because I think it's enough for what I'm going to be using it for the 64-bit version of Ubuntu. So yeah, you've got access to your Wi-Fi card here, which is very nice. It does look like there were other models that did support two mini PCI slots, so that's interesting. Here we have a hard drive slot. There are spots for a caddy, but I don't have it. That was missing when I purchased this machine. And yeah, I just thought I'd talk about one of the things I'm sort of been looking at over the past sort of like year. The reason why I'm sort of like messing with laptops now is because a lot of laptops have been getting cheaper, and a lot of the good ones have been getting cheaper. We've got that cage out here. A lot of the cheap ones have been getting, a lot of the better ones have been getting cheaper. So stuff like you've got old sort of like 4th gen, 3rd gen Intel i7 stuff, and that's quite good. The best part is a lot of the old workstation machines are coming up for sale at decent pricing. The reason why that's relevant is because I'll actually explain it to you. A lot of the old workstation machines used MXM graphics cards, and a very limited few of them actually support upgrades to consumer graphics cards. So there are two in my mind that are actually quite compelling options if they actually work